Welcome to Aqua Platicodon, where more useless knowledge gets unlocked. Let's talk about something shocking. Insulin prices in the US. In Canada, China, and most of Europe, insulin is affordable. Yet in the US, it can cost 10 to 20 times more than in other countries. Why? Many people blame the healthcare system, but the real problem is market monopoly and lack of price regulation, not whether the US has universal healthcare. The reality of insulin prices in the US is hard to believe. A single vial of insulin can cost hundreds of dollars, sometimes even reaching $300 to $600 per vial. Some patients have to spend thousands of dollars every month just to stay alive. Meanwhile, in Canada, insulin costs around $30 per vial, and in China, it's even cheaper. Many Americans have no choice but to travel across the border to buy insulin in Canada or Mexico because the price difference is so extreme. Some even resort to rationing their doses, putting their health at serious risk. So, why is insulin so expensive in the US? The first major reason is pharmaceutical monopoly. The US insulin market is dominated by three major companies: Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk, and Sanofi. They have been steadily increasing prices for decades without any significant competition. The second reason is the lack of government regulation. Unlike Canada or Europe, the US government does not regulate drug prices, allowing pharmaceutical companies to raise costs unchecked. Another big factor is that the US does not allow large-scale imports of cheaper insulin from other countries, meaning American consumers are trapped in a closed market with artificially high prices. On top of that, pharmacy benefit managers and insurance companies add multiple layers of extra costs, inflating the final price even further. A common misconception is that if the US had universal healthcare, insulin would become affordable. But this isn't true. Insulin prices are high because drug companies control the pricing, not because of the type of healthcare system in place. Healthcare does not set drug prices. Pharmaceutical companies do. Even if a universal healthcare system covered insulin, the cost would still be unsustainable unless the base price of insulin itself was regulated. Any healthcare system, whether public or private, can only work if the underlying drug prices are reasonable in the first place. What's the real solution? The first step is government price regulation. Countries like Canada, China, and the EU enforce strict price controls to keep insulin affordable. The US, however, does not. Another key measure is allowing imports of insulin from countries where prices are lower. If Americans could freely buy insulin from abroad, the prices would drop almost immediately. And finally, there needs to be greater public awareness and political action. Many Americans have been misled into thinking this is simply a free market issue when, in reality, it is corporate price fixing at its worst. The US insulin crisis is not about healthcare. It's about corporate greed, government inaction, and a market controlled by monopolies. Until insulin prices are regulated, no healthcare system, public or private, will be able to make it truly affordable. The real fight isn't about public versus private healthcare. It's about holding pharmaceutical companies accountable for price gouging life-saving medication. So the next time someone claims that America has the best healthcare system in the world, ask them, why are Americans crossing the border just to buy medicine? That's all for today. Thanks for watching Aqua Platicodon. See you in the next one.